Who's the head of the household, the man or the woman?
The head is as heavy as the person that wears the crown. Who is the most stressed in the relationship? Who's dealing with high level anxiety in a relationship? Who's the most depressed in most of these relationships? It's the woman. Why? Because she's handling everything from paying the bills, taking care of the children, making sure the man is mentally okay, even though she's falling apart mentally, making sure the home is running how it's supposed to run, making sure the bills are paid, and she's doing this with the man and without a man. And we don't mention her raising these children, making sure they're going to school, making sure their grades is up, making sure they're learning and becoming more productive. The woman has always been the head of the household, and only weak men disagree with it, because when a man is the head of the household, he runs because of the responsibilities that come with it. It's not just providing. That doesn't make you the head of the household. The head of the household is the one that maintains the whole home, and the only one that has been doing that since the beginning of time is the woman. So yes, the woman is the head of the household, but the man should make sure she has a home to be the head of.
Turn one day into day.
Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Makakodash. The bonus to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do well and teach this truth with all honesty and sincerity. Shalom to you brothers who push this truth around the four corners of the earth. Also to the scattered Israelites who are mingled in with the heathen, but are in fact of the stock of Israel. Shalom to you, and you hold near to this truth and follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities, wherever you may be scattered. And shalom to the few sincere Akwathium that listen and learn in silence, playing your creation role as the Lord commanded you to, which is in all subjection and reverence your husband, following his lead. You know, what you just heard here is another little rant by Yoda Me. This yada awakening little Yoda toad guy, which it's almost like he's paid to speak this nonsense. You know, in one breath is all praise to the Most High, but then you pushing this narrative as if the woman is, above what she was created for. The Heavenly Father didn't create her to be in charge of the household. The Heavenly Father didn't put her on this earth to be running and directing and instructing things. Women over the years chose that because they were given liberty by the devil, which is Esau Edom. They were given an alternative other than what they have been doing since the beginning of time. No, women have not been running things since the beginning of time, man. The man has been the head. And the woman has always been a possession to the man. Like when a burglar is jingling at the door, everybody's not looking at the woman to go and assess the threat or to defend the home against an intruder. No, the man is looked at for that. The man is looked at for the guidance. And yes, it's true. During the 60s, I have women in my family that chose that route. They chose to not have a man around because they could do what they wanted to do. But any man with some sense, especially a man that has understanding and that is following the ways of the Lord, it's not going to just allow a woman to do anything and be joined to him. So to say men leave under the pressure, yeah, sure. You have some men who just say to hell with it. But it's not because the woman is just so strong. They have been given liberties to basically act out of control and have no accountability and no consequences for their behaviors. They've been set up. They've been put in this position so that they can be a prey the woman and the children can be a prey later for exactly for these times that we're coming into, where all hell is going to break loose in this country. Pearls as the world has never seen before. So it wasn't done because the woman is just so high and mighty and just the most wonderful thing since sliced bread. No, it was all for an agenda to have you out here by yourself, so you can be first indoctrinated into Esau society, and then the woman would indoctrinate the children. Woman has been put in the workforce so they can tax everyone, also get the parental guidance out of the home so that the media and television can have more influence over the children than the parents. See, this was a systematic, gradualistic agenda. First, we'll get the man out. Scriptures say, who can spoil a man's possession unless they first bind the strong man? That welfare system, oh, get the man out and we'll give you these resources. That was step one. Step two, oh yeah, we get you welfare and get you in this workforce. Now the parental guidance is all the way out of the home for what, 8 to 10 hours, sometimes 12 hours, depending on the work schedule. Now the powers that be have the control of the media to show you your children things on the television and these phones, and the parents have no idea. So it was a setup, man. And then the final stages is they come in like a flood. Your child is influenced to do all these wicked things and think that it's okay. The final step is the home being destroyed. Because guess what? There is no male at the forefront in the head to spearhead against the world, to block the enemy's attacks, to put boundaries on the woman and child. Because that's how families and communities work, man. There were boundaries. Let's get into these scriptures. Forgive me for the rant. You know, it's just over blatant at this point that there is an agenda to try to demean the man and uplift the woman and keep this division going. But only the foolish is going to fall for it. Only the foolish is going to fall for it because there is already more women that outnumber men. So you put this narrative out here that, you know, women are supposed to be in charge. Now that's going to cause a further rip because traditional man know that that's his role, is to lead and to guide and to protect, to provide. You know, let's go to Ephesians 5 and verse 15. I start at verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspect, not as fools, but as wise. Matter of fact, let me go up to 14. Wherefore he said, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, meaning wake up, man. A lot of people are spiritually dead, man. They have no understanding on what's really going on. And these people that follow this type of madness, they sleep, man. They have no clue of what's going on and what they're being hoodwinked into, man. And Hamashiach shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. And who is more susceptible to be swept away by these evil times? The women and children. Because all it takes is for something that sounds good and to be played on their emotions, and they're gone. They're gone. They don't really think too logically when it comes to um, danger or, excitement or whatever. They don't really think that logical. So there needs to be a man to say, hey, no, this way or this way. We're doing this. This is a divine order. Verse 17, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. Now, is the will of the Lord for the woman to run the house? No. Unfortunately, that has happened by the hand of the enemy who is in charge of the earth now. It was women's job to say, no, I'm going to stick with my man and I'm going to keep my house together. The scriptures say a foolish woman plucketh her house down. That's what a lot of women have done, man. They've plucked their house down and now there's no one to turn to. So they have to keep it going. They have to keep this charade up that they're so tough and they're so mighty and they don't need a man. Yes, you do. If you don't think so, then your children suffer because they're not getting that balance that the Lord that the Lord created the man and woman to be. You didn't bring a child into this world alone. So what makes you think that your child is going to benefit more from just one parent? Now there are some cases where people are out their mind, but that dynamic duo is designed that way. Common sense, duh, takes both parents to make, and it takes both parents to keep them in line and in check and raised correctly. Since I brought that up, let me go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 1. A false balance is an abomination unto the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. Now, what's predominantly going on in this country? The women are given sole custody over the children. Men have to fight and jump through hoops and go through this and that. Just look at society now. A bunch of these young men are raised by their women, and what? They behave irrational and emotional. They don't think logic with logic and reason, which their father would instruct them on how to do that. All they see is their mother reacting emotionally to everything. And so they're over emotional. They don't have the balance of that logic and reason. So this type of setup is almost damning for the child, which Esau Edom knows that, man. Everything he does is to destroy, to deceive, to just to make worse, man. They don't have anything positive to contribute to the world. Let's go back to the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, and I think I was at 17. Yeah. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. And clearly these people don't understand what the will of the Lord is. They're operating in what the will of Esau Edom is. And it's going to be to their own demise, their own destruction. Let me go down to verse 22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. So all that, I'm married to the Lord, and the Lord don't want you like that. He says, submit yourselves unto your husbands as unto the Lord, because the man is supposed to submit unto the Lord, The Lord submits unto the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. That's the chain of command. And the children answer unto the mother and father, because that union is supposed to be the same. They're supposed to be teaching the same things to the children. Oh my gosh. The woman is the head of the household from since the beginning of the time. Where are you getting where is this coming from? Because this is in fact a lie. But again, a guy like this panders to uh proud women. You know, this guy is setting you up same way Esau Edom, same way the serpent did Eve. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord, for the husband is the head of the wife, even as Hamashiach is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is up and subject unto Hamashiach, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. You see that? You're supposed to be submitted unto your husband in everything. But what did the women do? Majority of them took the bait. Oh, I'm going to side with the government so I don't have to listen to a man. Yeah, you're listening to a man because you have to abide by the terms of his contract. You can't make over a certain amount. You have to limit yourself in what you achieve, or else he take the benefits away. You can keep having children and leave the man because the government will keep on supporting you with taxpayer dollars so they can ensure that this next generation of children are destroyed as well. Because why? There is no man there to lead and to guide them and to correct them. Husband, loves your wives as even as Hamashiach also loved the church and gave himself for it. um, let's go to verse 33. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife even as himself, and the wife see that she reverence her husband. And that's not what you see. You see a bunch of women talking about how they don't need a man or they better than a man, or, you know, that's because Esau has given you this false sense of security and safety in this country, man. But guess what's going to snap a lot of things back into reality? The imminent present of danger. Danger being present. You always see it. Hell, in St. Louis, there's always some shooting going down. And what do you see these so-called these masculine women do? Running, ducking, grabbing men, because that's the nature of a woman. Let's go to the book of Romans, chapter 1, and I'll start at verse 20. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse, because that when they knew Yahweh, they glorified him not as Yahweh, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. Everything this man just said, he's talking as if he's wise, but really this is a foolish thing to say. It's backwards. to put the weaker vessel as the head of something. Verse 23, and change the glory of the uncorruptible power into an image made like to corruptible man, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things, wherefore Yahweh also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts to dishonor themselves, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. And that's what this guy is doing. He's worshiping the creature more than the creator, because that's not what the creation role of the woman is for. She's there to be a helpmeet, to nurture the children, to be there for the husband in the way that he needs her to be there for him. For this cause Yahweh gave them up to vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And there's so many ways that they have changed against what's, against the nature of their creation role. They want to be lesbos. They want to be butch. They want to pop babies out by different men, and then not have a man at all. It's out of order. You're put here to be a helpmeet to a man. A man is not here to be a helpmeet unto you. Matter of fact, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Hamashiach. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinance as I deliver them to you. And the woman being the head of them is not one of those ordinances, man. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is Yahweh. There is the divine order right there. So doing anything opposite of that is going to fail. Let me verse 7, for a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of Yahweh. While he's prophesying, if a man cover his head while he's prophesying, he's dishonoring his head. But the woman is the glory of the man. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. You see? You see? So the woman was created for the man's use, not the other way around. You see? All these people pushing all this backwards ass philosophies, it's going to lead to your destruction, man. You women were not put here to roam the damn streets by yourself. That's why there's so much chaos and mischief and wickedness going on in the land. The women is out of order, which means the house is going to be out of order, the children are going to be out of order, and that leads to society being out of order. Let's go to book of First Timothy chapter 2 and verse 11. let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Subjection unto who? Her husband. And if not her husband, it's her father or his next of kin, a brother, a uncle. But a woman has always been in subjection under a man. They were not permitted to just be gallivanting and gadding abroad in the streets causing mischief, man. Because that's what happens. Look at this society. Women run amok, man. And their children see them and they imitate what they see. You see? Verse 12, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. See, a woman is not supposed to be in charge of a man. Whenever you see that happening, that is out of order. And it's always some chaos and bullshit. And that only occurs with the weak man, the beta male. That doesn't happen with a man of understanding, a man that is following the Lord. You don't put the woman above you. Verse 13, for Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. See, she had no business talking to another man. It was not a snake. You know, that serpent represent a slick individual. Like how they would call somebody a slick fox or a serpent or a snake. They'll call somebody a snake today. That was a spirit of that serpent. The same spirit that is in Esau, Edom. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. So a man is going to be the reason why a woman is saved. Why? To bring forth his children. And all hell break loose, and those elect men are delivered from these said perils. The woman is going to be, that's joined unto a man of the Lord, is going to be saved for her to populate the kingdom, man. So all this, a woman is like, listen, she has her creation role, which is beautiful when she's in order. Her role is important and is beautiful, but let's not get it misunderstood. She's not the head. Let me go to First Peter. This is First Peter chapter 3 and verse 5. For after this manner in the old time, the holy women also, who trusted in Yahweh, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands. So what is this guy talking about? Since the beginning of time, women have been running the household. No, they have been keepers of the house. They have been doing what the man instructs them to do in his house. Do you understand? The woman comes under the man's program. Even, matter of fact, I will come back to this. Let's go to the book of Isaiah 4:1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread, we will wear our own apparel. See, they're gonna have their own food, they're gonna have their own clothing, Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. You see, women are going to be joining themselves unto men that they can be safe with. They're not going to be talking about all this money this and money that. They're going to be trying to be where it's safe. And even in the ancient times, when a man had multiple wives, though that new wife would come and be instructed and be shown the ropes by the other wives how this program is operating. She didn't come in and do her own thing and what. No, this Yoda awakening dude is just full of shit, man. And he's just pandering to for likes and to basically cause more confusion than there already is. Back in First Peter chapter 3 in verse 5, for after this manner in the old time the holy women also who trusted in Yahweh adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham and calling him Lord. Now, are these women gonna call their man Lord? No. They'll look at him like he's crazy.